Hello everyone, I am Taureor and welcome to my newest Hearts of Iron 4 video. And this one isn't really so much a challenge as a celebration. See, I aim to release this by the 11th of November, which is Poland's Independence Day. Let me interject a little bit of post-commentary here. I was hoping to have this done by the 11th of November to release it on Polish Independence Day. Unfortunately, I got a little sick and didn't manage to do it in time. Even though it is a little bit late, we can still celebrate that independence. So in this video we're going to celebrate that by playing as Poland and kicking some ass. Poland was actually erased from the map for over 100 years when it was divided between Prussia, Austria and Russia. And exactly 100 years ago Poland has regained its independence. So, let's go. I'm an historical regular. Poland won. So there is no particular plan to this. I'm going to try and kick some ass if I can. First things first, strengthen the Polish state. As for research, we're going to do fairly generic stuff. And switch to superior firepower because it's better. Or just, I like it more. Let's cancel all production that is not pure infantry equipment because we're gonna be using pure infantry for a while. As for civilian factories, let's use them to build some more civilian factories. And dockyards, just some convoys for now, and then submarines. Let's get this going, shall we? We're going to be doing a civil war because even though Poland is very nicely geared towards staying non-aligned, we will be able to obtain more stuff and power if we switch to fascism or communism. Either of them would work, but going towards fascism is going to be more advantageous to us early on. We will probably switch to democracy later anyway. Right, let's train as many cavalry units as we can. 71, that is a decent amount. And now disband all our other units. Why? Now this isn't a perfect strategy, but it works a little bit in the Civil War. Remilitarization of Rhineland. We have strengthened the Polish state. Let's immediately hire a fascist demagogue, Roman Dmowski. Now, anytime I do this in the video, there are some Polish people saying that this guy is not actually a fascist. Let me address that for a little while. If you're not interested, sorry. I mean, they kind of have a point because he wasn't a fascist per se, but he was definitely a fascist sympathizer, an anti-Semite, and what I would call a religious fanatic. And to evidence that, we have a couple of quotes from him. I will not quote him in full, but to summarize, Poland would be better off with fascism and without Jews, and Mussolini is the greatest man in Europe, and also only a Roman Catholic can be a true Pole. So, yeah, I think fascist demagogue is kind of justified in that case. So, let's hire him. As for our next focus, we need to do Polish militarism and revanchism, which are very, very powerful focuses. Also, let us prepare for civil war. Expand civil support to lower our stability and thus make a civil war possible. And now we can theoretically ignite a civil war. Polish militarism is done, and so is the first doctrine of superior firepower. Right, let's go towards Polish revanchism. We'll need that anyway before we start justifying any war goals, so it doesn't really delay the civil war too much. When we get to 50 political power, we will ignite the civil war. There we go. Ignite civil war. The war has started, and unfortunately, most of the troops actually went to our enemies. But it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to deploy them here immediately. Split them into two armies. Now, the unfortunate thing about the civil war is that we'll lose most of our generals. But we keep my favorite one, Władysław Anders. I like him because one of my family members actually served in his army. So he's going to be our new field marshal. And the other armies will get regular generals. He's going to get an offensive doctrine, be charismatic, and do organization first. Actually, I should have deployed half of them here. Could have done that. Anyway, you go up there. The rest of you stay down here. Also activate an order. But a few of you will go directly to Kraków, which has a lot of victory points and might be enough to win the war. Alright, let's unpause. See where the enemy deploys their units, because they will deploy some units as well. Why are we not going in here? Ooh, I selected all of you for some reason. Is that enough to win the civil war? Almost. Just need a couple more victory points. Run towards Vilna. Perhaps that will be sufficient. Or just take a couple of normal provinces. Might also work. And we won. See, this is kind of a neat trick with the civil war, but the naval transport one is better. Unfortunately, we only have one port, so we can't really do that one. Anyway, we are back to owning all of Poland, and now we can justify war goals. Well, not just yet, once we're done with Polish revanchism, because it makes it faster. Let's train some more units. Yes, we want to go to 2 full armies. That should be sufficient. So how many more do we need? We have 29 and we need to have 48, so we need 19 more. We're going to train them as cavalry because I just want to deploy them quickly. Then we'll switch them to infantry, because infantry is great. Spanish Civil War, not really my problem, and once Polish revanchism is complete, we start justifying our first war goal. Who against? Well, Lithuania. Why? We need them for a decision. Let's start that. We also want a war goal against Romania, and that will take a moment. We still need a lot more political power, but I will not select a focus for now, so that we can get that political power faster. Deployed all the units. We are at 2 full armies now. Of course, they are untrained cavalry with very little equipment. No matter, we'll switch them all into infantry. What else? We will edit the infantry template because we do have some experience. Let's remove the support company. It is useful, but we don't really have production for that. And just make it a pure infantry 20 width unit. And only focus on infantry equipment. Let's get all of you to the Lithuanian border. Yes, it's going to take time for them to, be in fighting condition. They still need to get manpower and equipment and all that, but for now they are enough. Yeah, not taking a focus slows us down a bit, but attacking Romania early is quite important for my plans. Right, let's start justifying, and an important note, if I started a new focus now, it would actually stop my justification. That is because we can save up 10 points in the focus, so if I select it now, you can see, let's do defensive focus, it will go down to 2. Now, if I did that earlier, we would go to the negatives, which would actually pause our justification. So, justifying on Lithuania and Romania. I don't think any of them will get guaranteed. We need a lot more infantry equipment, but infantry with little equipment is still quite effective. And also, we can produce it relatively quickly. For now, let's do the 4-year plan, so we can move towards the extra research slots. Our units are starting to reach a reasonable level of experience. Anti-combatant pact, let's join that. See, the Lithuanians don't really have an army, so we can just walk into their victory points, most probably, and win that way. Okay, justification is ready. Let's attack immediately. You go here, it'll be fine. And we can get German volunteers, but we don't really want to. What we do want to get is an infantry expert. Alright, that is it for Lithuania. Let's take everything. And that should give us a decision to reform the Commonwealth. This is going to be very important because of the new core states we're getting. Okay, unfortunately it switched our flag into one I don't really like very much, but we'll get rid of that later on. Time to make some more preparations. You might notice that Czechoslovakia actually guarantees Romania, and we have started justifying our war goal quickly enough to offset the fact that they will abandon the guarantees later. We're going to let the Romanians in here a little bit. This will help us later on. Let's plan an attack, but not activate the plan. Got some upgrades for our infantry. Let's also do radio. Hindenburg disaster, that is unfortunate for the Hindenburg and its passengers. And 30 days until the attack. Justification is ready. Let us attack immediately. Conquer Romania. Why am I in such a rush? Well, because I want to fight Czechoslovakia as well. Let's just let them attack us for a moment. Yes, I'm letting the Romanians in. That is intentional. Let's also get an army offense expert. Strikes. Ooh, that is unfortunate. I'd like to improve relations with Germany, but I don't have the points. Now that they have reached our fallback line, let's make a normal front line. There you go. Japan attacked some people. How about now, Germany? With the increased world tension, would you like to help me? I'm expecting them to want to help me. If only I could improve relations. Alright, let's wait a bit longer. Ah, here it is. German volunteers. Heroes of the production front. And we should get invited to their faction. Come on, Germany. I suppose I'll just activate the order anyway. Unbalanced. We should be able to cut into Czechoslovakia. Here come the German volunteers and an additional research slot. I really thought they would invite me to their faction. Well, you go here, and you go here, and you go here. This way we'll cut off these Czech troops. Relocate a bit. Now this is not looking great, but it's actually fine. Oh, you would agree to send me Lend-Lease, really? Okay. Come on. That is amazing. Thank you, Germany. Nope, they cancelled it. Damn it. I would like to join the Axis, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. See, if I was able to join the Axis, which was my plan, then Czechoslovakia would have to retreat some troops to the German border to secure that, which would make things much easier for me. In the meantime, I almost missed a nice opportunity because I was talking. Let's cut off the Romanian forces, shall we? Can we do that? We should be able to. Activate both of these orders. Now it would work better if I had more troops, but most of them are kinda busy. Additional research slot. Alright, let's not take any research for a moment and recover our political power. Perhaps we can still make things work with Germany. See, being in the Axis is actually quite important to us. There's a lot of powerful Romanian troops here. Unfortunately, they don't have any supplies. And here it is, invitation to the Axis. Great. See, now I can actually stop this for a moment and let them regroup. Why am I doing that? Well, because now... Hey, here comes Lend-Lease. Because now they will move towards the German border if I let them. And I shall let them. See, they're moving towards here because they need to secure two borders, and getting into their territory will be easier afterwards. Oh, we can't let the Romanians rejoin their forces, can we? We wanted to join the Axis, but we don't want them in our war. And let's research the cyclometer. Let's make sure we put some pressure on the Romanians and increase our aggressiveness to the maximum. Have their forces retreated? Well, some of them have. You can continue your attack now. Right, aggressiveness is going to pay off with Romania, well, because there's very few troops here, and the ones here are in a dangerous situation, and they're about to be slaughtered. Now, why do we want to be part of the Axis? Dragging away Czechoslovakia's troops is just one of the reasons. We also want to use Germany and Italy to beat up the Soviets together, soon. And make sure to not defeat Romania before we defeat Czechoslovakia. If we near Bucharest, we'll have to stop our troops. Oh, this is actually going well. Can you get to Prague? Come on. Come on. Brave little soldier. Nope, almost there though. Now there's no supply in this bit. Anschluss of Austria, not a problem. A nice encirclement, but perhaps we can get Prague in the meantime. Maybe it's not defended anymore, and it is not, so that is the end of the war. Isn't it? Oh. Might need Brno as well. Just a bit more. Oh, they've retaken Prague, that's what the problem is. We're almost done anyway. Although you guys might want to stop, I don't want to finish off Romania before I finish off Czechoslovakia. Why? Well, because Czechoslovakia might theoretically join allies if I do that. Ah, crap, that's what happened. Yeah, I hate when this happens. As you can see, our front line has automatically adjusted itself when Germany Anschlussed Austria, I think. Which is a problem. None of our troops were actually participating in the fighting. No matter, we'll remedy that quickly. Still delaying our attack on Bucharest a little bit. Yeah, I really should finish this quickly. I have other stuff to attend to before Molotov-Ribbentrop happens. That's better. This should be the end. And here it comes. Let's take all states and the turn and activate the Romanian assault. Just go towards Bucharest, everyone, and get the last research slot. Now I could send the other army here as well, but it will not be necessary. There it goes. End of Romania. Now it's time to justify a war goal on the Soviet Union. Retake core state. Why? Well, because I want to use the Germans and the Italians to win the war for me. I will have to train more troops, but that can wait a bit. Oh, and I can make you an infantry expert. That is very useful. And you as well. And we are already up to 90 factories. I wasn't really building infrastructure. Perhaps that is a mistake. Let's build it at least in the provinces that have some steel. We should go to war economy. Unfortunately, our political power leaves a lot to be desired. We will get on that soon, though. Here comes Germany. Germany coming into Poland to help. Italy joined Axis. Perfect. This is because we increased the world tension so much. Yeah, political power is not our strong suit. Although, don't we have an old guard guy? Ah, crap. I should have hired him almost immediately. Yeah, that was a mistake. That would be a lot of political power. Some nice border guard going already. Let us hire Ksawery Czernicki. Old guard, extra 10% political power. Should have done that earlier. Let's do the bomb so we can get some nice research buffs. Yes, we question the motives of the Soviet Union, and we finally have enough guns. Oh, but not enough steel. Justification is complete. Let us attack immediately and call our allies. Activate on a balanced order. We have called in Italy, they have called in Tanutuva, we have called in Germany, which means we'll win. After a while, because the Soviet Union is kinda big, but we will win, and as we are making nice progress, let's also go very aggressive. We do have a lot of manpower in reserve, and we'll get even more because all of this is our core territory. See, manpower is growing as we go. In the meantime, let's continue doing these economic focuses and see. Yeah, Germany has landed a naval invasion in Leningrad. This is helpful. Improved competing machine with the bonuses from our focuses, and atomic research, I suppose. I suppose it's time to deploy these guys. They're still green, but it doesn't really matter. We will need a new general for them. Marcin Wiśniewski, that works. And down towards Sevastopol. France and Britain have announced an alliance. And Germany is reasserting eastern claims. Well, that's not a problem. We are in the same war together, so they can't do anything against us, even if they wanted to. Non-aggression pact from the United Kingdom? I don't think so, no. Ah, Hungary is fascist. Let's conquer them. Then again, if we do that, they will join the Commonwealth. Just attack them quickly and aggressively, and if they join the Commonwealth, whatever then. Should have improved worker conditions. Actually, I can still do that. Justification against Hungary is ready. Alright, you know what, let's do improved worker conditions and the expensive option. And declare war on Hungary. I think it will join the Commonwealth, I'm not certain. Yes, it did join the Commonwealth. No matter, we'll get it taken care of quickly. Just get there before the Germans do. And you go there. Finally. Yes, we did get there before the Germans did, and perhaps that will give us occupation of Hungary. Well, not all of Hungary, but that is good enough for me. Also, fixed the border core a bit. Our offensive might seem to have slowed down, but it is actually progressing nicely still. You know what, I should probably not take any focuses and just use this to get to war economy and free trade. We don't have to worry about having perfect front lines because there's German troops all around anyway. Sevastopol is ours. Belgium joined the Allies. Or is Germany justifying on them yet? It is. Although, if Germany attacked the Netherlands, for example, right now, because Belgium already joined the Allies, but if they attacked, say, Netherlands or Luxembourg, they might actually join the Commonwealth, which would be a curious situation. See, they attacked Luxembourg, and Luxembourg joined Commonwealth. Well, we might get a bit of Luxembourg. We'll see. Germany attacked Belgium. Belgium is in the Allies, though, which means the war has started. But we have gotten so far into the Soviet Union that even if the Germans withdrew, that shouldn't really damage our chances. The Soviets are pretty much done at this point. That Leningrad attack was actually a pretty good move on the German side. Time for war economy, finally. Yeah, I've been delaying focuses because I really need to get those laws fixed. And we are about to reach Moscow. Now, since Germany is engaged on our front, it is having a hard time against the Allies. That is not really our concern. The important bit is that the Soviets are defeated. And if Germany does well and gets to France and beats them, then we'll probably join them against the Allies, but if they don't, well, then we might be beating up Germany soon. Oh, and Republican Spain joins Commonwealth. That might actually pose a problem. Oh, we've taken Moscow. And we're about to take Stalingrad as well. Yeah, the Allies are pushing into Germany, but once the Soviet Union is defeated, I think the Germans will take over the Allies. Of course, we will join the winning side. Let us go to free trade. Yeah, we don't really have enough steel right now. That's not a big deal. Soon we'll pop out the Soviet Union because I want to take over their fleet, and then we can have a lot of steel from them. Germany is really not doing too well, are they? There's a bit of an issue with Republican Spain joining Commonwealth. Unfortunately, we won't be able to end this war for a while. Oh, wait a minute. Is Republican Spain not a major nation? If that is the case, we can actually end this war soon. We will have to get quite deep into their territory because there's not that many important victory points here, and the Germans seem to be regaining their advantage down here. I only hope that we can defeat the Soviets before Spain becomes a major power. Also, they joined the Commonwealth awfully early. And the final computing machine. We get bonuses from focuses, which make our research amazing. That is some good progress into the Soviet Union. Let's get rid of communism. Oh, we can get improvisation expert. This is actually a very good trait. It speeds up your troops. Surrender threshold is still pretty high. I wish it was a bit lower, but we're almost done. And we are done. Okay, what are we going to take? The answer is as much as we can. First things first, though, we need to make sure... Oh, we can take Spain as well. Cool. We need to make sure that the Germans are not able to take anything from the Soviet Union. So what we need to take is all of the coasts. I suppose I could make them a puppet. I suppose I could make them a puppet in the first round. I would like to have them as a puppet anyway, because this way we would inherit their fleet. But the most important bit is to not let the Germans have anything. And we have just prevented them from taking anything. Now for Hungary and Spain. Can we take Hungary? Yes, we can. Can I take Luxembourg? I might, yes. Why not? It gives me steel. And Spain, it could be beneficial to puppet them. And indeed we can puppet Spain. For now, let's end the turn. See, the Germans can't take anything inside here. Now we are going to puppet the Soviet Union in this round, because this way we will inherit the Red Fleet. We will annex them later on, of course, but for now they are more used to us as a puppet. Same goes for Spain. Speaking of Spain, let's make sure Spain gets all the Spanish lands. We need to take all the stuff that is our cores, because we'll get full manpower from that. And end the peace conference. It is currently September 39. We have taken over the Soviet Union, Spain, Czechoslovakia, Lithuania, Hungary, and Romania. And Luxembourg. Let's not forget Luxembourg. Probably should have puppeted them. It would be cute. What are we going to do with the Russian Empire? Well, we're going to drain them of manpower and then annex them. Of course. Same goes for Spain. Now, I still haven't decided if I'm going to beat up the Allies or the Axis now. Probably beating up the Allies would be the better choice, because later it will be more difficult. And we can pretty much squash the Axis anytime we want. But I need a break. I'll continue this tomorrow. I've had my break, and there are a few things we can proceed to do. Now we finished atomic research. We can fight the Axis, or we can fight the Allies. It is not an easy or obvious choice, because the Axis are weak now. They have been weakened by our fight with the Soviet Union, and we could easily take them out. On the other hand, it will become much more difficult to beat up the Allies later, because we will not only have to invade France and the United Kingdom, but also British Raj and the United States. So all in all, I think it will be better for us to attack the Allies now. But first, we need a lot of dockyards, which I'm already working on, and a lot of ships. Let's start researching some naval invasion technology. Let's also relocate some of our troops to Spain, from where we will attack France. Let's also get some more manpower through limited conscription. Now we need to wait to get a huge fleet, because we'll have to beat the Allied fleet. Let's rebase our ships over to Germany and hire some admirals. Seems like Italy is doing pretty well in France. Yeah, I probably should have just annexed Spain rather than puppet them. We would have access to more dockyards and factories. And it's not like we're starving for manpower. We could have annexed Russia directly as well. Non-aggression from the UK. No thank you. Unless you want to give me military access. Which you of course want. Oh! Okay, this is just so stupid. Really? You will give me military access. Okay, let's do an Order 66 on them. Why the hell not? That's so stupid. Okay, let's just quickly put our troops in Britain before they can change their mind. They have agreed to give us military access for some reason. Let's just transport everyone there manually. Well, that was pretty stupid of them, and it would be stupid of me to not make use of that to squash them easily. I will use this army to beat up France in the meantime. That's so very stupid of you, Britain. I just can't believe that. We might not need all those ships after all. But let's not celebrate our victory just yet. We still need to get to Britain. And then get a war goal on an ally of theirs, like France. Which we should be able to do easily. Actually, we might get a war goal on Latvia, because I think I have some cores here. And they should get guaranteed by the Brits. So let's do that. Let's see if they guarantee Latvia. If they do, it's going to make things much easier for me. I might also attack Yugoslavia or France. Either will work. In the meantime, let's train some more infantry. That's not even an exploit at this point, it's just them being idiots. Let's transport more of you as quickly as we can. Let's see if they have guaranteed Latvia. They have not guaranteed Latvia. Well, I can always attack Yugoslavia, and Yugoslavia will in that case join the Allies if we call Germany in, and which will make things much easier. I can't really do orders in British territory, so I'll have to deploy them manually. The cool thing about having military access is we don't even need to worry about supply or anything, because we are receiving it all the time. Move. This should do it. I mean, I could just deploy them all over Britain, but we'll have a normal fight this way. And France will capitulate soon. We didn't even have to lift a finger. Now, if I were to justify a war goal in France, how long would that take? 35 days. That would be a good choice. Probably should have done that in Latvia. Still, Latvia is guaranteed by Britain, so that will work out nicely. Let's deploy all these units, give them a general, and send them over to take over Latvia. We do have core territories there, which will make it easy. Oh, Britain, Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. It would be quite funny if we actually had to give up half our territory to Russia, which is our puppet currently. But we do intend to annex them, so it doesn't really matter. And our war goal against Latvia is ready. Let us attack and call Britain in. Retake. Core. State. Go. Now Britain should join immediately. They have, and as you can see, they have stupidly given me military access for no good reason. And we're now in their territory. We already do hold Portsmouth and Dover, so we will be receiving supplies. Probably the stupidest move I've seen Britain do in this game. And that means Britain will be done for in no time. I should also attack France now, so we are... actually, you know what? I should just join Germany's war, but let's make sure the game auto-saves before I do. Why? Well, because if I join a war against some people that I'm already at war with, oh, we've squashed them quickly, the game might crash. France has joined, yes, but I'm more interested in Canada. I actually needed them to beat up the United States. Latvia joined allies, yes, that was to be expected. We are about to beat them up completely anyway. Oh, we already participate in all the wars, but I am not at war with Canada, am I? Oh no, it seems like I am. That's fine then, let's call everyone in. You guys take Gibraltar, you guys take France, and you guys take Latvia. And it's not even an exploit. Imagine if France gave military access to Italy right before fighting the Germans. Yeah, that's what would have happened. Let's participate a little bit more in the conquest of France, so we can get a little bit more war score. It doesn't matter that much how much we get, but we do want a decent amount so we can take Canada, for example. Taking Canada is, of course, crucial, because you can easily attack the United States from there. Latvia capitulates. I mean, I suppose I could justify some more war goals. 10 days on Estonia. Sure, why not? And then, I suppose we could take Yugoslavia afterwards. United Kingdom has capitulated. Now, the moment that France capitulates, the war is over. So, let's try and make sure to get some more war goals out of that. 100%, okay. At midnight it's gonna be over. So let's use the fact that we are at war with a major power for some easier war goal justifications. I suppose let's do Yugoslavia. Yugoslavia has annexed Bulgaria, so they have a decent amount of stuff. What if I were to attack Greece as well? No, that's way too long. Let's just do these two. Okay, that should be the end of the war. Let's see how much we can take. France has capitulated, and there goes the peace conference. Germany has a lot of war score, so they took most stuff. Now, it doesn't matter that much. What I'm going to do in the first round is just take a bit of territory in Canada so we can have access to the United States and take our cores on Latvia. Why? Well, because I think if we puppet the United Kingdom right now, British Raj becoming our satellite will stop being an option. That's our next course of action. We satellite Raj, and I would like to puppet Britain with a very small province somewhere, just in order to take over their fleet. I'll do that in the next round. We've ended the turn, now Raj is our puppet. What did Germany do? Did you just puppet Britain? No. Yes. Crap, they have puppeted Britain. I wanted to do that. That is a pity, but our next course of action is to beat up the Germans, so this is not really a problem. At least we got Raj out of that. Yeah, we didn't really have a lot of war score, but we managed to acquire provinces of strategic importance, which is all that we needed to do, and to eliminate the Allies early. Let's have a look at the result. Now, Germany is, of course, much bigger now, but Germany is also exhausted by the war that just happened. Do we A, beat up the United States, or B, turn against Germany? We're still at war with Dutch East Indies, and so am I. And the goal of this war was not really to take over a lot of stuff, although we could have taken a bit more if we did it better, but we did get Polish-Raj, so it's something. And the goal was to eliminate the Allies as a faction. Justification is ready. Let's declare war on Estonia. Just approach their capital. And they're taken care of. Let's take all states. Now, am I technically still at war with a faction? Because Dutch East Indies were still a member of the Allies, aren't they? If I am technically still in such a war, I should be able to go in to justify quickly. Nope, no, I'm not. Dutch East Indies are invading Polish-Raj. I should send some troops there, but I really can't be bothered. Italy is doing it already, so let's just let them take care of that. I will continue producing submarines. You never know when you'll need a navy. Our justification is complete. Let us attack. Troops are already on their way. Also, we can start justifying another one. Should I go against the United States now? Not yet. We have a lot of easier targets. Let's do Greece and Turkey. 90 days. About Turkey. 155, but I don't have enough political power. Let's wait a bit and then do Turkey as well. Advanced computing machine complete, and we do have the best. Research now. Yugoslavia will be taken care of soon. Let's just annex everything. We don't need any more puppets. Unless it's China. I should now invest in adding support companies to our units. We'll need to research some good ones. Oh, I should also build some naval bases here and some infrastructure, so we can have good supply throughput once we start fighting the United States of America. We are growing nicely, and we can now reduce the independence of Spain. I should gather up some political power, because annexation, unfortunately, costs 300. Italy attacked Greece. Oh no, I'm working on attacking Greece. God damn it. Hey, Italy, would you like me to join your war? You would not want me to join your war. Well, that is unfortunate. How long until my war goal is ready? 5 days. Okay, I might still be able to take a bit for myself. Justification is ready. Let us attack. Go. Very aggressively, please. Come on, get to Athens before Italy can do that. How is Polish-Raj and the Dutch East Indies? Quite well. We're going to be winning that soon. Oh, and I forgot, I took bits of Australia. Greece has been taken care of. Took lots of equipment. Who's next? Turkey. You know what, I think I might do Poland first. Internationalism can be cool, it can give you extra manpower, for example, but I will want to be switching my ideology again, so let's just do Poland first for extra stability. Oh, Dutch East Indies are dead. Can I get something? I don't think so. Is there anything left? Some bit somewhere. Alright, let's take it. Let's attack Turkey. Declare war, I don't need to call anyone else in. And I suppose I'll justify on Finland. 90 days, and on Sweden. 165 days. How's the attack on Turkey? Very well, thank you. Spain only has 200,000 manpower, which is not a lot, but I will want to steal it anyway. How about Russia? Russia has 3 million, which is a bit better. Turkey should be surrendering any minute now, but not improved worker conditions. Unfortunately, I can't really afford that right now. I need to save points for Spain, for the annexation of Spain. Let's prepare some troops that will steal Spanish manpower for us. Yay, best guns. Now, we could annex Spain now if we had the points, which is why I'm not going to take focuses after this, at least for a while. Justification on Finland is complete. Let's do Norway next. And attack Finland, of course. They might be able to defend against the Soviet Union, but not against us. Here comes Finland. Take all states. Let's add some support companies. Artillery, engineers, recon, and others a bit later. Oh, we also got some Spanish expeditionary forces that I'm going to send home immediately. Because if you annex someone while you have expeditionary forces from them, things get weird. And now we have enough points to annex Spain. So, let's have a look. How much manpower do you have? 153,000. That is not a lot, but it is also not insignificant. So, let's steal that. These guys should now be using Spanish manpower as well. Their manpower is at 0. Let's annex Spain. Here we go. Justification on Sweden is done. Let us attack. And start another one. Who else do we have to conquer here? I suppose I'll go for Denmark while we're at it. 55 only. Why is it so quick? Oh, does it count as fighting a major nation now? Yes, it does. Okay, that's great. Don't beat Sweden too quickly. This is going to be very useful to me in justifying war goals. Actually, I should probably cancel the justification on Norway. Yeah, let's do that. And cancel the justification on Denmark. Start again on Norway. 10 days. I'm actually going to pull back this army and focus on attacking Iran with it. Right, that's another justification ready. Let's attack. And do Denmark. 10 days. Oh, I already have the war goal in Denmark. Right, let's do Iran. 10 days. Justification ready. Attack. And justify. 10 days. And that one complete, guaranteed by Sweden. Well, that's not gonna help you. Let's do Afghanistan next. Oh, Confederate Middle Eastern nations. With Denmark and Sweden. And some other people. That's fine. Not a problem for me. Sweden has joined the Confederate Middle Eastern nations. Which is weird, but whatever. Not my problem. Justifying on Afghanistan right now. We're perfectly capable of attacking all those people simultaneously. Another justification ready. Who should we go after next? How about Saudi Arabia? Oh, Germany attacks Switzerland. Move towards Saudi Arabia. The justification is ready. Let's do Oman next. And declare war, of course. Oh, I still haven't done Portugal. Oman is ready to attack. Let's do Yemen. Declare war on Oman. Let's modify our template. Add signal and logistics companies. Justification on Yemen is complete. Unfortunately, I don't really have an army I could send to Portugal. Unless I retreat one from Scandinavia. Let's go to extensive conscription. Justification on Portugal is ready, but we're not yet ready to attack them. Let us instead do... How about Tibet, Nepal and Bhutan? Saudi Arabia capitulates, and we're nearing Stockholm. Japan attacks Philippines. Not my problem. Justification on Tibet is ready. Let's proceed to do Nepal and Bhutan. Also declare on Tibet already. We're not bordering them. We'll get there through Polish-Raj, but it doesn't stop us from attacking now in any way. Okay, I think we're about to capitulate Sweden, which will probably end the war, which could be slightly unfortunate, because we're not done yet. Let's declare war on Nepal, and declare war on Portugal. Portugal joins the Middle Eastern coalition. Oman is about to be taken care of, Norway capitulates. Alright, we still have Sweden to take care of, but let's not rush things. Ah, crap. They surrendered, and that was too early for me. Will I still be at war with Tibet, Nepal, and Bhutan? I don't know. Alright, let's pass a few times and annex everyone who we can annex. Take all states. Take all states. Done. Okay, am I still at war with people? I am not. I could attack them again. Oh, wait a minute. Is Denmark still alive? Ah, damn it. I didn't reach Denmark, so they are indeed still alive. I could start a new war goal against them, but I don't think it's worth it. Maybe I'll just let them live. Why not? I suppose I can attack Bhutan. I'm about to have a war goal on them anyway. Let's declare war on them. Perhaps they will join an alliance that hates me. Okay, you know what? I think I'll take Bhutan and leave the others alone. It's about time we attack the United States anyway. Yeah, let's leave them alone. Move over to the US. Alright, since our people are already on Bhutan's border, let's call in the Polish-Raj. Take all states, of course. Now Canada is in the Axis, and so am I, so they should theoretically garrison the Canadian border as well, which will draw some of their forces away from me, thus making things slightly easier. Japan declared war on German East Indies. Oh. That means Japan is at war with Germany, which you don't see often. Anyway, what we need to do now is justify a war goal on the United States of America. Why are the American troops in Canada? Are the United States about to join the Axis? That is possible. They're both at war with Japan, after all. Okay, we can now lower the autonomy of Russia. Let's do that. Justification on the United States is complete. Let's attack them. Now they can't join the Axis, even if they want to. We are green all across the board. We should start getting our first breakthroughs in a moment. Well, we are progressing. I probably should be using a bit more artillery, so we will be progressing faster, but progress is happening, which is the important bit. How is Russian independence? Still pretty high. They are sending us a lot of resources, which is keeping their independence high. And we've taken New York. You know what, I should probably call in the Germans. Would you join my war? Japanese-American war? You would not, because you like the United States. Not much is happening, we're slowly gaining ground. Also, there are American troops inside Germany, waiting to attack me, but they won't be able to. We have 2.3 million, that's not a lot, but it will be useful. Switch all these guys to the Russian division. Let's see if that drains all their manpower. It doesn't. Alright, let's expand that division a bit more. Let's add some infantry to it. Right, that drains all your manpower. Now, theoretically, I could return territory to them, but I have cores on some of that, and I'm not sure if those cores would remain intact, so I'm not going to. Instead, I'm going to annex Russia. Russia has been annexed. Polish-lithuanian Empire, we still need to beat up the United States and Germany. And I suppose I'll annex Polish-Raj, because why not? For now, what I will do is edit my generic template to include some artillery, because we do need some more soft attack. And keep it at 20 with, at least for now. We do have enough artillery to make this happen, so it should not be a problem. Unfortunately, that raises a problem with steel. So I'm going to have to switch my economy to limited exports. And now steel should no longer be a problem. How well will you guys do with extra artillery? Wait a minute, did I finish doing doctrine research? Ah, crap, that's why I'm so weak. I forgot to do doctrine research. That is a problem. It's still gonna take a while before we beat up the United States completely. And then we still have to take care of Germany. So we still have a bit of a long way ahead of us. Progressing nicely into the United States, but we can also annex India. Well, let's do that. They didn't have any free manpower, so I'm not gonna do any tricks with that. The map is looking a bit better now. Can you get rid of that somehow? I just want all my armies visible at the same time. Okay, anyway, let's switch all you guys into infantry divisions. We'll need a lot to beat up the Germans. Let's see if we have enough manpower and equipment for all of that. China has capitulated to Germany. That is interesting news, but not really a problem. How far are the United States from capitulation? Not that far. Once we reach Los Angeles and San Francisco, that should be sufficient. Oh, the United States have surrendered. That was quicker than I expected, but yeah, it's all good. Can I take all states? Not all of them, no, but I can take most. Done. That is it. We have defeated the United States, we have defeated the Allies, and we have defeated the Commonwealth. The Axis are the only ones that stand in our way to world domination. I think I accidentally created a theater by clicking something, and I just can't get rid of it now. I really don't like them. Disband theater, all battle plans will be deleted. I don't want to disband your armies. I don't want to get rid of the armies, I just want to get rid of the division into theaters. Okay, let me try it. If I disband theater... does it disband all the units? Oh no, it does disband the theater, but keeps the units. Alright, let's disband this one as well. I hate theaters. Finally, that's better. All armies have been deleted as well, and we automatically just created a new theater. It's fine as long as it's just one. I wish you could just disable this feature. Interesting. Venezuela is in the Axis, but is not a puppet of Germany, so we'll be able to do Order 66 on Italy and Germany if we so choose. Let's do that. Because why not? I actually like Order 66. Let's send our guys to garrison this area, that should work out nicely, and the rest will just be set up with normal orders. Yeah, right now we're garrisoning all the victory points belonging to Germany and Italy. So the classic Order 66, but without... you can do it in a better way, but just garrisoning everything completely. Also, let's exercise our troops in the meantime, because why not? Non-aggression pact with Japan, sure. We're still at war with someone, aren't we? Philippines. Also, utilizing some of the Soviet troops we have inherited. They should do nicely as well. Seems like our guys have reached their designated position, so I suppose we can now stop the exercise and start the actual conquest. How are we going to do that? Well, first we need to exit the faction, but keep all those guys where they currently are. How do we do that? Well, we need to slow things down a bit. Do leave faction. Fortunately, we are not together in the war against Philippines, otherwise we wouldn't be able to do that. And now these guys will try to return home. We need to stop them by spamming the H key, which holds them in place, and soon they will stop trying to return home. Philippines joined Axis. Oh crap. That's actually not so bad for me, because I won't need to justify any war goals. We can just start the fight, if that is the case. Cool. Anyway, let's activate all our orders. If Philippines indeed joined the Axis, Germany might be joining a war against us at any moment now, which is actually good for us. So let's continue spamming H, so that Order 66 may happen. Also, I should cancel your orders. You don't want to garrison anything right now. You just stay where you are. Seems like they have regained enough organization to not try and return home anymore, so we don't need to spam H anymore. Okay, let's speed things up. Venezuela has joined the Philippines as our enemy in the Polish-Philippines War. That is completely fine by me. So let's make sure everyone is aggressive. Now we just wait for Germany to join the war against us, and we should win. Italy has been called in, and Order 66 is in progress. We have not seized a lot of territory, but we did seize some territory. You guys attack here, you guys attack here. Let's just wait for Germany to join as well. And Germany has joined in as well. Okay, how many victory points did we take? We took about half of German victory points and 1/4 of Italian victory points. That's fine, I already have armies working towards their demise. It will be much easier to manage this army if it is actually following a garrison order, rather than creating a lot of small front lines, so let's reinstate that garrison order. We want all the enemy core territory to be affected by it. Alright, that will do it, I think. Oh, and here. In the meantime, normal armies are doing their best to just beat our enemy up. And I can join the Japanese faction. Let's do so. We've joined the co-prosperity sphere. I wonder if the garrisoning armies can actually do something about this. I mean, it would be more effective if I managed them manually, but it would also be tedious, and as you can see, it's not going half bad. We're actually making nice progress. German East Indies, not a problem. Italy should be surrendering soon. We've taken Rome and a lot of important victory points. And here it goes. That is the end of Italy. British Empire has capitulated. Alright, they only had Gibraltar apparently. That's fine. It looks like everything is going according to plan. It would probably be more effective if I used this army for a front line rather than a garrison order. Still, I suppose I can cancel the garrison orders on these. And they'll all proceed to Germany. And we are blameless, we were just walking through their territory. It is the Germans who decided to allow the Philippines into their faction and join them against us. We did not even attack here. So Germany, you have made your bed, now die in it. Or something like that. Berlin is taken. How much more do we need? Ha! Nothing else, because that is the end of Germany. German Malaya is a major nation. Really? German Malaya? Let's see if it ends the war or not. It doesn't end the war. I still need to beat up German Malaya, apparently. Alright. Here, have another army if it turns out to be necessary. I hope I won't have to do naval invasions. How's our progress in Malaya? Not great, but perhaps we can rush Singapore. I thought this would be painless. Apparently I was wrong. Perhaps we can build a quick naval base in the area. Alright, seems like we're about to take Singapore finally, which might mean the end of this bloody war. We'll see in a moment. I also had to send an army to Canada because they somehow became a great power, but I didn't show it because it wasn't very interesting. I really thought this would be sufficient. Oh, Kuala Lumpur. I think if I take Kuala Lumpur, that will be enough, but it is heavily garrisoned. Right, we're about to take Kuala Lumpur, which should be finally the end. And they have capitulated. Come on, give me a peace conference. Seriously, now Australia. I wonder who will become a great power next once I'm done with dealing with Australia. Seeing how more and more countries are becoming major countries, and this is taking forever, I've decided to, in the meantime, work on becoming democratic. So, let's discredit government. And I suppose I'll expand civil support as well. We want to do a referendum. Do we have any communism? We have 0 communism. But we'll ban communism, nonetheless. And finally, there it comes. Here is the peace conference. Okay then, let's take some land, shall we? No puppeting this time, no shadow puppeting. Just straight up taking stuff. Japan took a bit more than I anticipated, but that's fine. I could beat them up now if I wanted to, but I don't really want to. They've been a good ally to us. The Polish-Lithuanian Empire spans most of the world, but I still do want to switch my ideology to democracy, so let's stay a little bit longer. Also, Denmark somehow survived. Perhaps it's not a real country. Should I prepare for civil war as well? I was hoping that some of these options would increase our support, but let's keep expanding civil support. That will ruin our stability, but we don't really care. We're going to improve it this way. Have I banned communism? I don't remember. Let's ban communism. That's always a good choice. Alright, democracy is growing. Can we get some events, please? Finally, democratic opposition forming. I also hired a communist revolutionary because I'm reducing communist support in other ways. I thought that would chip away at the fascist support, though I'm not sure if that was a good choice or not. Probably not. Oh look, we have actually produced enough infantry equipment to go over the limit. Essentially, the numbers that store the amount of equipment you have are limited. So if you have too much, you flip over to the negatives. Or if you have too little, you flip over to the positives, which is one of the exploits you can theoretically use to get infinite equipment. I've never used it myself, but sometimes it happens even without exploits. As you can see, we are producing thousands of guns every day, so many in fact that the game can't track it all and put us into the negatives. We went over 2 million stored guns, and boom, it dropped down. We are in the negatives now. Thank you, Bolesław Piasecki, but we have had enough of the Polish-Lithuanian Empire ruled by a fascist party. It's now time for some democracy, which means we're going to hold a national referendum. Fascism defeated, and we are now the Polish-Lithuanian Federation, led by Wincenty Witos. Looks a bit better. Okay, I'm going to end it here. Now we could theoretically fight Japan and conquer all the remaining neutral countries, but we don't really have to. We are the most powerful country on Earth. We've defeated the Axis, the Comintern, and the Allies. So let's end it here. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little video, and I will see you again soon. Goodbye.